Hey everybody, it's David from Splitboard HQ. Today I'm going to be taking out a brand new deck to the Splitboard HQ lineup. It's from a manufacturer called Paradise. Paradise is now making a splitboard called the Paradise Flamingo. Let's take a look at what the 2023 version is looking like and see if it's the board that you're going to add to your repertoire this year. This board comes with a featherlight split core, which is made up of poplar, paulownia, and bamboo, which give the board a very lightweight feel, but still stiff enough combined with carbon technology to create a balance of strength, snap, and dampening. The profile on this board is basically a full cambered deck. It comes with Phantom Hercules hooks and tail clips, a sintered base, and an anti-ice top sheet, which I'm very interested to see how that performs in the backcountry. They combine this with the uniquely Paradise branding and designs, which makes for a very beautiful product. So after 2 days of riding on the Paradise Flamingo, I have definitely had a really good time on this board. Things that I really like the most, Paradise has put the Phantom Hercules fasteners for their tips and tails, and I find that gives such a clean connection for riding. I'm a really big fan of the Phantom Hercules clips, and I'm happy to see that they're putting that on their product. This board, I would say, performed incredibly well in trees and kind of chundery snow and icy conditions where I absolutely needed to be able to catch an edge. It was really nimble and fun in those spaces. The places where I would say that it lacked would be in riding it in powder. I found even with my setting, I have my binding set to the absolute back seat as far as I can go. And I just felt like I did not have enough nose to be able to lean back in powder. It would constantly dive down and pull me into it. And so I would say this board in any sort of heavier snowpack where it's powdery or there's any sort of coastal snow conditions, things like that, it's going to be a difficult board in the length that they recommend based on their size guide. Their size guide recommended me to ride a 155, and if I was to purchase this board, I would purchase a 161. But I think that this board has also some really good features to it. It's incredibly lightweight. I found it unusually easy on the legs, on the skin tour, on the up track. It felt like there was almost nothing on my feet. And I think that has an especially good space for use in a situation where you're doing a multi-day tour trip, where that's going to add up to a lot of leg fatigue over days. As well, one of the things that I think is probably one of the best features on this board is that it has what they call their anti-ice top sheet. Their anti-ice top sheet, it was interesting because I wish I got some footage of it so that you could see, but it was just too cold when it was happening. And but on the top sheet of some of the people that I was riding with that typically have a typical fiberglass top sheet, they would be holding snow as many split boards and skis do on the skin up. This board almost never had anything on the top sheet. Again, also on multi-day tours or more alpine style missions, that's going to save you a lot of leg fatigue. Regular snowboard, I mean, who cares whether you have an anti-ice top sheet? It doesn't really matter that much. But in the case of a split board where you're actually going to be walking uphill and dragging that extra weight with you, this was a really nice feature and one of the things that I liked probably the most about this board. This board, I think, has probably the most purpose-driven for somebody who's getting into splitboarding, where they want to be able to bump out into the slack country and be able to also take this on kind of as just an everyday banger. I think that this is a great deck, but I feel like if you're going as I want to get into backcountry, but I want to go hunt POW, either buy this board longer than you normally would, or what the size chart even maybe says would be my recommendation, or maybe mix this in with a different quiver, something else that is more like a fish style or something that's going to be more surfy. Alpine style missions, tours, slack country, this board is going to perform incredibly well. Overall, I'm going to give this board a 3.5 out of 5. I think where Paradise maybe has some room to improve is maybe on giving it a little bit more flotation in the nose to be able to get that more surfy feel. But overall, I really like this deck. I like what they do with the decals and the really bright logos and stuff like this. I think it really stands out. It's a great looking board and it performs really well. I'm super impressed with this. Thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to like this video. Check us out on Splitboard HQ.